Right now, someone with half your IQ is outmaneuvering you. They're not smarter, they're not more educated, but they're winning. You think logic wins arguments. You think facts change minds. You think being right matters. Here's the truth. Intelligence without strategy is a liability. In the next 19 minutes, you'll learn 8 principles that make intelligence irrelevant. Not about being smarter, about being strategic. Once you see these patterns, you'll never be blindsided again. Look around you. The genius at work who can't get promoted. The brilliant friend who keeps getting manipulated. The high IQ executive outmaneuvered by someone who barely graduated. Intelligence makes you predictable. Your logic, your reason, your need to be right. It's being weaponized against you. Smart people think in patterns. They believe in fairness. They expect rational behavior. And that's exactly why they lose. The person who took credit for your idea, lower IQ. The manipulator who turned your group against you, average intelligence. The con artist who drained someone's savings, probably failed algebra. They're winning because they understand something you don't. Machiavelli watched this in Renaissance Italy. Brilliant philosophers outsmarted by cunning merchants. Educated nobles destroyed by illiterate soldiers. Genius strategists defeated by tactics they considered beneath them. His discovery: intelligence doesn't predict success. It predicts vulnerability. The smartest people are the easiest to control. Why? Because intelligent people operate on logic. Logic has rules, and rules can be exploited. This isn't a theory. It's 500 years of observable patterns across every culture and power structure. The most dangerous people in any room aren't the smartest. They're the ones who understand these principles. Principle 1. The assumption trap. Intelligent people believe everyone thinks like they do. You present a brilliant idea in a meeting. Data-backed, flawless logic, undeniable facts. Your coworker doesn't argue with your logic. Instead, "I'm just worried this might upset the clients." You think, that's irrational. The data clearly shows clients will benefit. So you present more data. She repeats the emotional concern. You're playing chess. She's playing poker. You're trying to win with the best argument. She's controlling perception. Your intelligence makes you focus on being right. Her strategy makes her focus on being effective. When someone keeps returning to emotional arguments despite your logic, they're not confused. They're repositioning the conversation around feelings, not facts. Stop assuming others think rationally. Watch their patterns, not their words. When you spot emotional arguments, don't add more logic. Meet them on emotional ground, strategically. Recognize when you're in a logic game versus a perception game. Machiavelli said, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand." Most people don't respond to logic. They respond to feeling. Principle 2. The complexity curse. Your ability to see nuance is being used against you. Your manager asks if you can finish a project by Friday. You, being intelligent. Well, if the design team delivers by Wednesday, and assuming no major revisions, and if I can push back the Johnson meeting, probably yes. But there's a 30% chance we might need until Monday. Your less intelligent colleague, yes, I'll have it done. Who gets the project? Who gets trusted? Not you. When you display intellectual nuance, others perceive uncertainty. When you show you understand complexity, they see indecision. Your intelligence makes you honest about variables. Their simplicity makes them appear confident. Confidence beats competence in almost every social scenario. In public, simplify ruthlessly. Save nuanced thinking for private strategy. When asked if you can do something, answer with certainty. Then privately plan for variables. Master the art of appearing simple while thinking complex. Not to become less intelligent, but less obviously intelligent. Principle 3. The debate death spiral. Smart people can't resist an argument. Family dinner. Your uncle claims something ridiculous about politics. Your genius brain knows he's wrong. You have facts, studies, and clear proof. So you engage. 2 hours later, nothing has changed, except now he hates you, and everyone else thinks you're arrogant. He wasn't trying to be right. He was trying to be heard. You made it about facts. He made it about respect. You wanted to win the argument. He wanted to win the room. When you correct someone publicly with superior knowledge, you don't change their mind. You threaten their identity. Threatened people don't become rational. They become enemies. Notice when someone's jaw tightens or they lean back slightly when you present facts. These micro-movements signal defensiveness, not openness to logic. Let them be wrong publicly. Agree or stay silent in front of others. Later, privately, introduce new information as if it's their idea. You know, what you said earlier got me thinking. Have you seen this angle? They save face. You get the outcome. Smart people try to change minds with logic. Strategic people change minds with ego protection. Principle 4. The explanation addiction. Every time you explain yourself, you lose power. Your boss questions your decision. Your smart brain immediately launches into explanation. Well, I considered options A, B, and C. I analyzed last quarter's data, factored in the Johnson variable, calculated risk probability. What did they hear? Insecurity, doubt, weakness. Your less intelligent co-worker. It's the right call. No explanation, just certainty. Who appears more competent? When you over-explain, you unconsciously communicate uncertainty. You're seeking validation. Every detail you provide is a thread they can pull. Less intelligent people can't explain complex reasoning, so they don't try. Their silence gets interpreted as confidence. Give the minimum viable response. I've considered it. It's handled. Trust the process. If they push, hold the frame. I'm confident in this direction. Watch what happens. They either accept your authority, or they reveal they don't trust you, in which case explaining wouldn't have helped. Machiavelli knew the most powerful people never explain themselves. They let others wonder. Principle 5. The fairness fallacy. Intelligent people believe in meritocracy. You spent 3 months developing a revolutionary strategy, research, data, projections. It's brilliant. You present it properly, through channels, following procedure. Jake, mediocre at best, hears about it. Take the core concept, presents it to the CEO at a golf outing, claims it as his own. Your intelligent response: that's not fair. I have documentation. I'll expose him. The reality: the CEO doesn't care who created the idea. He cares who delivered it in a way that made him look good. Jake understood social dynamics. You understood logic. Social dynamics beat logic in every power structure. High IQ people expect fairness because they operate in systems with rules. Mathematics, science, engineering. Human behavior has no rules. Stop expecting fairness. Start expecting manipulation. Protect your ideas. Share selectively. Build alliances before you need them. Credit share strategically with people who can protect you. When someone steals from you, don't appeal to justice. Outmaneuver them silently. A man who wants to act virtuously in every way necessarily comes to grief among so many who are not virtuous. Principle 6. The predictability problem. Your consistency is your weakness. Sarah knows you always help colleagues, so she asks constantly, draining your time. You always say yes because that's who you are. Marcus knows you respond to logical arguments, so he frames everything logically, even when lying. Your boss knows you're too professional to cause drama, so she gives you the worst projects, knowing you won't complain. They've mapped your patterns, and patterns are cages. Intelligent people value consistency because it's rational, principled, intellectually honest. But it's strategically stupid. Less intelligent manipulators don't care about consistency. They're fluid. They adapt. They're unpredictable. Unpredictability is power. When you're predictable, people plan around you. When you're unpredictable, people respect boundaries. Occasionally break your patterns. Help the person who never expects it. Refuse the person who always expects yes. Respond emotionally when they expect logic. Go silent when they expect debate. Not to become erratic, but unreadable. Make them constantly recalculate, because the moment they think they know you, they own you. Principle 7. The information hemorrhage. Intelligent people share too much. You're in a brainstorming meeting. You share insights, unique perspectives, and innovative solutions. You're being collaborative, helpful, adding value. 3 weeks later, your insight is in someone else's presentation. Your solution is implemented without your involvement. Your innovation has someone else's name on it. What happened? You treated a transactional environment like an intellectual collaboration. Not everyone in that room was brainstorming. Some were mining. They contributed nothing, asked leading questions, took notes, and harvested your genius to fuel their mediocrity. They make you feel valued for your smarts. Wow, you're so insightful. What do you think about this? Your ego activates. You share freely. They collect. Someone who consistently asks probing questions but never contributes original ideas themselves. Notice if they take notes when you speak, but stay vague when asked direct questions. Share information in layers. Give enough to appear collaborative, but never your best work. Save true innovations for documented formats with your name on them. Ask more questions than you answer. Watch who asks, but never shares. Those are your information vampires. Starve them. Principle 8. The speed trap. Your brain moves faster than theirs, and it's costing you. You're in a meeting. Someone presents a flawed strategy. Your genius brain instantly sees 17 problems, 3 alternative solutions, and the optimal path forward. So, you speak, and you just made enemies of everyone who didn't see what you saw. When you solve problems quickly, people don't think you're smart. They think you're showing off. When you see solutions others miss, they don't admire your intelligence. They resent it. Your speed makes them feel slow. Committee meeting about a budget issue. They debate for 20 minutes, going in circles. You've already identified the solution in minute 2. Finally, you speak. Lay it out clearly. Problem solved. Everyone agrees with your solution, and everyone hates you. Why? Because you made their 20-minute debate look stupid. Intelligent people can't understand why others don't see what they see. So they reveal insights immediately, not to show off, just because the answer is obvious. But obvious to you equals you made me look dumb to them. Slow down to speed up. Let them struggle. Let them debate. Then introduce your solution as if it emerged from their discussion. You know, building on what Sarah said and combining it with Mike's point. What if we? Same solution, but now it's collaborative genius instead of your individual superiority. Your intelligence doesn't need an audience. Your outcomes do. You came here thinking intelligence was power. You're leaving knowing intelligence is a tool, and like any tool, it's only as good as your ability to use it strategically. The 8 principles that bypass IQ. 1. The assumption trap that makes geniuses predictable. 2. The complexity curse that turns nuance into weakness. 3. The debate death spiral that transforms correctness into isolation. 4. The explanation addiction that bleeds away power. 5. The fairness fallacy weaponized against smart people. 6. The predictability problem that makes you controllable. 7. The information hemorrhage that feeds your competitors. 8. The speed trap that turns solutions into resentment. This isn't about dumbing yourself down. It's about arming yourself up. Machiavelli observed Renaissance princes who ruled 2 ways. Some ruled through displays of brilliance, grand speeches, obvious intelligence, impressive demonstrations of knowledge. Everyone knew they were smart. Everyone could predict their moves. And eventually, everyone found their weaknesses. Others ruled through strategic invisibility, appearing simpler than they were, revealing intelligence only at critical moments, keeping their full capabilities hidden. No one knew their limits. No one could map their patterns. And they lasted decades. The difference? The first group needed everyone to know they were intelligent. The second group needed everyone to underestimate their intelligence. Your intelligence is your greatest asset, but only when others can't see its full extent. Not less intelligent, but less obviously intelligent. Not weaker, but more selectively powerful. The most dangerous chess players don't announce checkmate 3 moves ahead. They wait. They let opponents feel comfortable. Then they strike when victory is inevitable. Here's your choice. Will you continue playing the game where being right matters more than being effective? Where do you expect fairness from people who weaponize your principles? Where do you hand your intelligence to people who use it against you? Or will you master the invisible game, where your intelligence becomes a concealed weapon instead of an obvious target, where you outmaneuver instead of out-argue, where you win instead of just being right? The world doesn't reward the smartest person. It rewards the most strategic one. If this changes how you see intelligence, hit that like button. Drop your biggest realization in the comments. Share this with someone who's too smart for their own good. Your commitment: I master strategic intelligence. Because everything changes when you understand. Intelligence isn't about being seen as smart. It's about being underestimated until it's too late. Being brilliant isn't manipulation. Being strategic is mastery. The difference between genius and power: one seeks to be understood, the other seeks to win. Choose one. Apply it deliberately. Watch what changes. Then come back and tell me in the comments which principle transformed your interactions. The smartest people learn these principles. The strategic people apply them. The unstoppable people master all 8. Which one are you becoming?